Good day, everyone. It is my pleasure and privilege indeed to be here today to be making this presentation at the first Nigerian private university and, of course, the best Nigerian private university, the prestigious Covenant University. I'd like to thank the organizers of this program for extending an invitation to me to make this short presentation. Please pay attention, and I am positive that you will surely be glad you did so. My name is Oluyemi Adeosun. I've been practicing HR, human resource management, for almost 16, 17 years now. I've had the privilege of working in 9 organizations and in 9 industries. All right. The topic I've been given to discuss with you students on this specific day is on disruptive innovation. So I'll be talking to you about disruptive innovation in today's marketplace, in today's world of work. What is innovation? What is innovation? Innovation is derived from a Latin word, innovate, which means to renew. And it includes the root word novus, which means what? New. Now, when we are talking about disruptive innovation, we are not just saying you improve things marginally. We are talking about radical improvement. We are talking about robust improvement, turning things around in a phenomenal way. Are we together? Now, over the years, as you can see on my screen, on your screen right now, on the screen right now, you will see that there have been different waves of innovation. And in fact, we are in the 6th wave right now. The first wave of innovation started with, water power, textiles, iron, and that lasted for over 60 years, okay? Between 1785 to 1945. Then we moved to the next wave, the 2nd wave, which involved things like steam power, rail, steel, and that took about around 55 years. Then we proceeded to the 3rd wave, of course, electricity, chemicals, internal combustion engines. That also took about 50 years. You will notice that subsequent waves of innovation, the time frame is reducing and shrinking. Then the 4th wave, petrochemicals, electronics, aviation, that spanned for around 40 years. Then the 5th wave, all right, digital networks, software, new media, that's expected to last around 30 years. And then the final wave that we are in, so to speak, currently, that we are emerging into, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, robots and drones, and clean technology. You can see that things are changing quickly from the 1st wave to the 2nd wave, to the 3rd wave, to the 4th wave, and now we're in the 5th wave trying to transcend into the 6th wave. Now, let's take computing as an example. I know some of us here may be young, but I'm sure some of our lecturers here will remember the days of old when we used to have mainframe computers. And then from mainframe computers, we moved to mini computers, then to desktop, then to laptop, then to phones today. Now, the power of the average person's phone today perhaps was the power of a mainframe computer back in the days. Are we together? Innovation. You can see things changing rapidly. All right. Now, when we talk about innovation, okay, we are talking about the capacity to create growth and to create jobs. Things are changing very rapidly. Okay. Innovation is not just about, innovation includes making products more accessible, cheaper. In other words, you are going to turn a product that is traditionally expensive and complicated. You make it simpler. You make it affordable. You make it accessible. Innovation capabilities involves you bringing current products to new markets or new products to current markets and customers. You see, innovation is changing things drastically. Back in the days, you have to be in a helicopter with a camera trying to get overhead pictures and shots, area views. Today, a drone can easily and effortlessly do that. What that means is that the role of the photographer or the videographer is changing. And so to speak, a machine or a device can take over the job of, so to speak, the helicopter pilot and the technician behind the camera. Disruptive innovation changes the way things are done. But the truth is, it also backs new opportunities and new privileges, which means as a student today or as a graduate, you need to evolve with respect to your skill set, with respect to your capabilities. You see, the marketplace is saturated for people who are fixed in their ways, for people who don't have a growth mindset, who don't have an open mindset. But when you approach the marketplace with innovative capabilities, with the mind of innovation, then the market is waiting for you. The world is open for you. Now, when we look at the innovation wheel, you see that there are several components around this. Okay, several components. There are so many areas and sub-areas where you can bring your innovative capabilities to bear. Is it in the area of structure, or processes, or product performance, or product systems, services, channels, brand, customer engagement, the way we make profits, or the way we network? These are different elements, okay, where you can bring your innovativeness, innovative capabilities to bear. Look at what we are doing today. It will have been impossible to do this remotely many years ago. But now I'm not physically with you yet. I can share my thoughts with you, and I can also get feedback. That is what? Innovation. Sometimes trouble, challenges, situations, birth innovation. Look at what happened during COVID-19. The way several Nigerian organizations work changed. We began to do remote work. Of course, the possibility had always been there, but our mindset to approach that remote work was not there. The willingness to allow remote work. What you can see now, on the average job advert is now almost a permanent consideration for most jobs. Innovation is critical. Innovation helps you to create growth and to create jobs. I like to say this. Carl Jung said something profound. He said, I am not a victim. I am who I choose to become. I like you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that the beautiful thing about innovation is that you are not just created to be the consumer of other people's innovation. You are the disruptor yourself. You are the innovation driver yourself. And as you emerge into this world of entrepreneurship, as you emerge into the world of employment, corporate career, you must enter the marketplace with that kind of mindset. Thank God for the university. Thank God for Covenant University. I am positive that this institution has been preparing you, shaping you intellectually, shaping you professionally, shaping you academically to be able to take on the world. It doesn't matter the field of endeavor that you embrace. Is it medicine? Is it engineering? Is it the arts, social sciences? Is it education? Is it agriculture? You can bring new things to bear, okay? You can bring new things to bear. You are the disruptor. You are the innovator. Now, there are certain things I'd like to share with you, even as we continue in this conversation of disruptive innovation in today's marketplace. First and foremost, okay, you should not approach the market. You should not approach the world with the mindset that you just want to make money. You just want to be wealthy. Approach the world, approach the marketplace with the mindset of making meaning, of purpose, of adding value. I want to believe that the last few years you have spent in this institution, the last few years you have stayed in this institution, you will have caught purpose. Knowing that when you have a purpose, when you have a vision, provision will always follow you. You see, when you go after meaning, money will follow you. Seek to make what? Meaning, and not just to what? Make money. money will follow you. You see, when you have a purpose, when you are seeking to make meaning, ideas will come your way. You'll be able to articulate your thoughts in specific number of words that anytime you meet anybody, like an elevator pitch, you'll be able to say, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to achieve. You see, there are many ways of doing the same thing. You will not be fixated on a methodology, knowing that you can bring innovation to the table that will change the methodology, but the purpose will still remain the same. People want easier lives, so to speak. People want easier ways of solving problems, but there will always be problems to solve. Some organizations today struggle. I don't know how many people on this listening to me right now remember the BlackBerry. That was the in thing at a particular point in time, but evolution happened. How many people here use a Nokia phone? That was the in device at a particular time. But when the Android revolution happened and certain people did not take the right decision to quickly navigate, they became stuck. May you not be stuck in the past. May your eyes be open when you are supposed to make a move and transition, and you transition quickly. When you are at the forefront of disruptive innovation, you'll be creating changes that if others don't align on time, they may be caught unawares and may be left behind. May that not be your story or your portion. You see, in this disruptive innovation, you must be at the cutting edge of knowledge, of information, in that specific field of your endeavor that you have chosen. Not only are you going to be at the cutting edge of knowledge and information, you must now jump the curve. You must define yourself by the benefits you provide and not what you do. Because the way and means you do it may change, may metamorphose, and then you can transition to other technology or other methodologies and still achieve the same goals. Perhaps cheaper ways, easier ways, faster ways, more rewarding for all the stakeholders. I like to say here that as you embrace disruptive innovation, you must be willing to take risks. In other words, calculated risk. There will be things you will want to do. People who have been long established in the field will say this is not possible. But that is why you have to be radical. And that is why you need faith to take those actions. I'm happy, delighted, excited that you have gone through a faith-based institution. Hopefully, that faith has transformed your thinking and your mindset. You see, when you come up with new products, with new services, be willing to start small. It may not be very beautiful initially, but like Windows 1, Windows 2, Windows 3, you start small, you release your product into the market, you get feedback, and then you use that to improve it. Don't wait until you have a perfect product to launch. Start where you are. It's okay to start small. It's not okay to remain small. I also want you to know and realize that because you are a driver of disruptive innovation, when you bring new ideas to the table, new suggestions to the table, new products, new services, all the people may not support you. Please, you can't be an innovator if you want others to be saying yes, yes, yes to your ideas. If you want your ideas to be 100% amenable to other people, because it is radical, it will look, what is this? This is different. So know that sometimes your initiatives will cause people in quotes to be polarized because people will have different perspectives. But when you persevere, when you persist, when you push forward, the vision will become clearer to them. Remember that man that said, I see men as trees. Later, you will begin to see men as men. Hopefully, by the time they realize that this is a beautiful idea, it will not be too late for them to key into the product or project or assignment you are doing. You see, sometimes in the innovative or innovation era, you need to push out your product, push out your services, and then you begin to get feedback from customers, from clients, from stakeholders, and then you will be improving. You need to know how to market yourself. Look, there is nothing like shortage of funds. What we have is shortage of disruptive, innovative ideas. There are many funding organizations today, global funding funds, looking for bright ideas So which means, one, you get your products right. Two, you fine-tune it. Make sure you collaborate, you network, you get relevant people to partner with you so that you can have a robust team, okay? And then you must learn how to market. You must learn how to communicate. You must learn how to pitch your ideas. You see, let me say this on a lighter note. If you are an eligible bachelor and you see a lady you like, you are not going to wink at her in the dark. Some people have brilliant ideas, but they are not pitching it to the right audience. Some people's ideas here will go global. You need to be out there, be participating, for example, in hackathons, in contests, sending your proposals to global organizations for a chance, maybe for a seed grant or a seed fund. Don't forget that you are what? The disruptor yourself. You see, there are several things you can do, but you need to find out. You cannot do everything. What can you do exceptionally well? What can you do exceptionally well? You may not be able to do everything, but what can you do exceptionally well? Now, what can you disrupt innovatively? What can you make faster? What can you make easier? What can you make cheaper? What can you increase their value or their lifespan or their capabilities, their functionalities? What can you improve? This is the kind of mindset, not a mindset that is focused on the problem, that is focused on the limitation, but a mindset, a growth mindset, a mindset that is looking at the constraints and then trying to see how to turn the lemon into what? A lemonade. You are the innovator. You see, the kind of preparation Covenant University has, conferred on you. Covenant University has prepared you for the world. Covenant University has prepared you for a global stage and presence. I don't want anybody listening to my voice right now to play small. You see, there will always be people who will be keen to tell you something cannot be done. Let me share a few funny examples with you. Do you know that in the past, for example, the former chairman of IBM, Thomas Watson, 1943 said, I think there is a world market for maybe 5 computers. In this room, is there any individual or any family that doesn't have a computer? I am sure nobody is raising up their hands. Can you see that Thomas Watson, the former chairman of IBM, was wrong? When you are about to pass innovative programs, products, concepts, and ideas, even experts, professionals may say it is not possible. But again, if it is visible to anybody at the onset, then it is not disruptive. It is not radical innovation. Also, an internal memo, internal correspondence by Western Union in 1876 said, this telephone has too many shortcomings to be seriously considered as a means of communication. The device is inherently of no value to us. Can you imagine? Western Union. Not only did fixed line telephone became global, we've even transited to wireless mobile phones. And look at what we can do today. All the applications, all the telecommunications, all the communication applications today. Don't always listen to the experts. Sometimes the experts themselves can be clueless. I say that again respectfully. Sometimes experts themselves can be clueless, especially with respect to the future. Experts can be profound, they can be intelligent, they can be aware about the past. They may be clueless about the future. So I want to encourage you today that when you join the marketplace, you cannot continue to do things the same way and expect a different result. Yes, you pay attention so that you can quickly understand and get an appreciation of what is happening before you came on board. But as soon as you settle in and don't be too comfortable, begin to say, what can we change? Pay attention. And it's not rocket science. The feedback is always almost in the atmosphere. Customers are giving you feedback. It may come in form of complaint. It may come in form of commendation. It may come in form of recommendation. But customers are always giving us feedback. Check social media. I know there may be a lot of random, irrelevant thoughts, but there are also a lot of useful thoughts. What are the users saying? When you push a new product out there and you do a pilot, pay attention. Okay, sometimes you may create a product for an intended use, but you may be shocked that the public may adopt and embrace that product, but for a different purpose. Don't be set in your ways. Don't be fixated. For you to be a disruptor, for you to be an innovator, you need to have an open mind. Yes, you may set out with a specific design, with a specific purpose, but when the people receive it, sometimes they may flip it, they may tweak it, they may adapt it to different uses. And then your eyes will begin to what? Be open and enlightened. What is your purpose in life? What is your purpose right now? Let's look at a few things some organizations that are global today focus on. FedEx, that is into logistics, courier service. Their core mantra is what? Peace of mind. Can you imagine? Peace of mind. Nike. I'm sure quite a number of us have one Nike product or the other. Hopefully, I hope it is the original you have. That's on a lighter note. Their mantra is what? Authentic athletic performance. In other words, they are not just selling shoes, canvas, trainers. They are not just selling wares, top, short, trousers. What are they focusing on? Authentic athletic performance. Wendy's, healthy fast food. What is your own mantra? What is your own purpose? See, when you have a purpose that transcends time, it will be very easy for you to be a what? A disruptive innovation. I'd like you to know that at this age and stage, that you have to either be a hot cake or unwanted. No sentiment. You have to be in the top 2% of your field, of your profession. Explore learning opportunities. Listen. Use the internet to your advantage. Use your network to your advantage. Government University has a global network. You are standing on a solid footing, solid and firm foundation. I congratulate you today. Please continue to participate. Listen to all the speakers that will be coming to this program throughout. Visit as many job fair centers as you can. I am extremely grateful once again to the organizers of this program for inviting me to speak. I do not take this for granted. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @TallestNiger. You can also follow me on LinkedIn, Oluyemi Adeosun. I will stay in touch with you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of this conference. Bye for now. Thank you.